Well, a documentary focusing on Atlanta's infamous street party, Freaknik, is streaming on Hulu. Maybe you or someone you know is featured in the film. Well, the film's executive producer, Jermaine Dupri, sat down with 11 Alive's Jonathan Martin one-on-one and told him, you'll get the full story.
Atlanta music mogul Jermaine Dupri says the much-anticipated documentary, Freaknik, The Wildest Story Never Told, will feature head-turning moments you might expect and chronicle how the infamous street party helped solidify Atlanta as a Black Mecca.
The way Atlanta is now, Freaknik basically birthed it. You know, people came to this city, and like I said in Welcome to Atlanta, they came here and they didn't leave. They found out this was an amazing place for Black people to raise their families, for Black people to start a living. 5
HBCU students started Freaknik as a spring break picnic in 1983. But by the mid-90s, it had grown out of control.
You know, no internet, this was word of mouth, passing out flyers, and this became 200,000, 300,000 people coming to Atlanta.
It put a huge strain on police with traffic tie-ups, complaints of loud music, and lewd behavior. Freaknik ended in 1999.
We have to look at Freaknik as a good and a bad thing. If some people have bad things to say about it, like the people that lived around Piedmont Park, they're probably ecstatic that it's no more Freaknik.
I know you've heard the criticism, people perhaps saying that this documentary will take us back. It doesn't move the culture forward. Also, people who maybe were 22 at the time are now 42, 52, and they don't necessarily want to see themselves or other people to see them in that light.
Well, then they don't want people to see them in a light, period, because this is Black culture. Are you ashamed of our Black culture when you say that? Like, are you ashamed that you was a 21-year-old kid that was going to college and college kids do wild, crazy things?
Well, Dupri says this documentary is nostalgic, celebrating a time before smartphones and social media where young people were just carefree, living in the moment. You can watch the film right now. It is streaming on Hulu.